So this is your positioning for sideline, and we were laughing about me getting him actually, or this, or her, or it, or whatever, into this position because the bones, the ball and socket joints want to twist around. Square bolster, you can get foam just from a mattress supply place and cut it. Allows for a nice firm support of the upper leg. Usually sideline position is used just for what we would call prenatal, which is very unfortunate because for so many people it really is the preferred position to not put strain on the low back, or if they have a kyphosis, or they have a large belly or large breasts, or they can't turn their head even with a bolster or a face cradle. This works out really good, and you can catch the whole body this way, but we're focusing on the lower body, so we'll just tuck this. Sometimes if you put another little pillow right here, the person is a little bit more comfortable. We'll review that when we do the arms. So I got my wonderful student Linda here. So if you want to come around and get this back leg right here, she's being the photographer for today. There's a lot of stuff that you can do in positioning these legs in this position that you cannot get easily in the other positions. So as we're doing our joint movement assessment, if the person can lay like this, you can make an assumption that their hip movement is pretty good, that the range of motion of the hip joint is within a tolerable range, which is 90 and a little. We don't have this fully at 90, but it's enough. Same with the knee position, which is a hinge joint, so it's also 90 plus in there. Just positioning like this tells you that that's okay. The bottom leg, this person really has joint problems here, is more out, it's more straight out. But you also can bring this around. When I do the actual demo, you'll see that. You can bring this forward and you can check the joint movement of the knee too, which would be 90 and a little. Somebody want to come and hold him? Oh, never mind, I got him. So, occasionally, people might need another little bolster right here under their foot. So that's not real common. So your draping then looks like this. And if we're going to drape the bottom leg, that's really simple. And then if there's a gap here, we use the bottom sheet to cover that. Okay. So this is really a nice way to work not just on the posterior side of the leg, but the anterior as well. And I spend come on over here and see this. And I spend a lot of focus with the leg in this position because I've got so many different angles that I can take with it. And I can use my body to move this around and back and forth. I can work on the calf in this position.
How would you get the anterior of the shoe? Okay.
Yeah. So when we get the muscle model up here, this will make more sense. So I can get all the adductors, I can get the posterior part of it. When I do the person demo, you'll see how those body structures come up. So then we bring the drape around. So that's easy for that. On this side, it's still the tuck. You can come up over into the hip, and then again, if there's gapping, or the person's uncomfortable, we bring that corner up. So this is all isolated right here. Working on the side has less sense of sensitivity as far as getting closer into the groin area. Genitals are kind of protected as you lean forward. So you don't, same with the breast tissue up on the top, falls forward towards the table, so you don't have to be as, you still have to be cautious, but you don't have to have that same fear that somebody is gonna feel exposed in the sideline position. So in this position, you get the whole anterior and lateral side of the leg and foot. And you can bring that all the way up into the attachments here at the hip. Okay? So I know a couple of you said you're not comfortable with side yet. And so it's just a matter of practicing. I'd like to encourage this to be a preferred position as opposed to something that you think of as a secondary position. Clients are gonna feel, it's gonna feel unusual because they're not used to it. But once they get into the position, just like you mentioned with your grandma, they do a lot better. So there are things that you can do as far as working with the foot in this position that is far superior to how you might try to do that with them prone or supine and get into the foot. Okay, any questions on this positioning? So then what's the next position? It's